Agya Chakra is just like that. But they call it the, what, Egyptian, what? No, it's not that. You see, this symbol has come to you from unconscious, is the Agya Chakra. Is this it? Egyptians didn't know much about God, I must tell you. Of course, pyramid is all vibrated. But the way they were so much worried about their dead is horrifying. Imagine these bones buried in the one box of gold, then one box of silver, then one box of this, and all the ornaments kept with the dead. The dead is finished into bones, the ornaments are there. I have seen that in Egypt. Mad people, I must say. It's Sadat who would have brought it round. But let's see, something new will happen there in that country. Traditional countries have wisdom, inbuilt wisdom, and they go on improving because they have tried all these methods and they know where to go. He didn't talk of death. They learnt it from the people, pharaohs and all that, who had all this kind of a funny mummies going around and keeping the dead in a silver box, and as if the dead knows where is the silver. Christ has said many things which we do not pay attention to. One of them is about the dead. In every church, I was happy to know that in this church there is no cemetery. You walk into a cemetery if you have to go to a church. A lady who came from India, she said, everything seems to be upside down in England. I said, what? She said, I went to see a church, and all the dead were laid there under my feet, and I was holding my sari walking like this. I was thinking I was going to step, and the lady with me said, what? You should walk straight. She said, how can I? You see, these are dead here. It's like a cemetery. And she was walking carefully because they must be respected. You take your children to those churches. I mean, I don't know. You don't understand that God has talked about spirits in so clear ways. Of course, maybe it's not so much in the Bible, maybe. But he showed that he took out the spirits. He talked of spirits of so many people and put them in the pigs and put them in the sea. All this is so clearly given. Still, just see the Christian nations. Today's newspaper was their one free newspaper. Witchcraft, devil's den, devil's angels, this guru, that guru, psychic, ESP, all kinds of spirits. Imagine. I mean, in Indian picture, you won't even find one advertisement like that. Maybe some of the gurus might try, but in India, people know who is real and who is not. Most of them know. Why, here I find all kinds of things which are negative, which has something to do with the spirits we are doing. It is against Christ. Why should we bother ourselves about the spirits? Let them alone. Like somebody's father is haunting, somebody's mother is haunting. Now they have done so much for you, now forget them. Let them be born again to get their realization. Then you call somebody spirit here, somebody's spirit from there. Some spiritualist goes into a funny gesture and you start believing that and asking about your future and this and that. It's all very superfluous and absolutely silly against your spirit. I've told you yesterday, those people who indulge into this for 7 generations, they suffer. 7 generations. I'm telling you from my experience. And those who go to them also suffer. Even the countries where this is practiced too much. If a child is born there, I know of a lady whose child was born in a country like that. And he had this agya protruding just like this. And when he saw me, he started screaming and shouting. He couldn't bear me. And today he's a different child, I saw. He's a French child. He's a very different child. Absolutely. But he was so much and so many spirits in him you can't imagine. And she told me that she had a nurse who was from that country and perhaps she has done something to him. So the source of this is already unlimited. You don't have to pay for it. You stand outside and you can get any one of them. It's very easy to catch on them. Very easy. For example, somebody asked me, how do you catch a spirit? I said, very simple. You put a light before you. Of course, you don't try all that stick. And make a hole in a black paper. Little hole. And through that hole you see the spirit. You see that light. And you will get a spirit into you. You get any name which is commonly used and go on chanting that name. You will get into a spirit. You start saying any absurd thing in the presence of God, in the presence of the picture of God or of Christ. You insult or do anything, you get into it. It's the easiest thing to get a spirit in you. You start jumping too much, you get it. You start saying, hoo, you get it. You do any funny thing, you get them. They are all around. They are busybodies. They want to use you for their purpose. They are very easily available. Why do you pay for them? You pay such a lot of amount just to get one of them on top of you. You have to be your master, I told you. You have to be in the way Christ was. It's only He has the power to raise the Kundalini of people like that, as you do now.